method, we're going to do what we call rooftop. Rooftop is another method of factoring trinomials when a is bigger than 1. So like I said earlier, it's supposed to be 8x squared plus bx plus c, right? We're dealing with where a is greater than 1. As you can see, a is bigger than 1 right here. 5 is bigger than 1. As you can see, 4 is bigger than 1. As you can see, 4 is bigger than 1. All right, we're back. Let's do this thing. On number 5, rooftop means you literally have a rooftop on top of your house, on top of this equation. Like right now, 5 times 9 is 45. All right, I just made a rooftop, and then we're going to work with that. Like, for example, let me make number 11 as well. 4 times negative 25 gives me negative 100. And then we're going to work with that. 4 times 49. And I cannot think of that right now. I will be ready when I get to that. What is 4 times 49? All right, I'll figure it out in a second. Let's move on. So let's go back into, so 5 times 9 is 45. So I'm going to put 45 right there. And we're trying to get it to match to the sum of the middle number, which is negative 18. All right, so what number do I think of? What about 9 and 5? There's no way that's not gonna add to negative 18. What about what about 3 and 15? All right, if I do 3 plus 15, that would give me 18. I need negative 18. So let's make these both negative. Because if I do both negative, because negative times negative is positive, I give positive 45. And if you add these negatives, you get your negative 18. Check. So let's go ahead and put our numbers in. But this how you're going to do this. You see this right here? You rewrite it down here. Remember, this is a different method. This is called boxing. You're going to decide what you like. And this one, you rewrite it right here, 9. Now, instead of rewriting the 18, the negative 18x, you're actually going to rewrite your factors. You put the whichever comes. It doesn't matter which one you put first. Negative 3, you put it with x. Next one, negative 15, you put it with x. All right. Now what you do is we're going to box this because we're going to do some work with them. Oh, I forgot the x with the negative 15. All right, so now we need to factor out the greatest common factor out of the first set of parentheses right here. So it looks like um, x can come out of that. X can come out of that, so now I have 5x minus 3. All right. What can I factor out of the second set of the parentheses? What they have in common would be 3, so I can factor out the negative 3 out of that. I should have 5x. What does that give me? Negative 3. And if you notice, this one matches this one. So your answer literally would be the matching one first. So 5x minus 3. And then the other one, which is the outside one, the things you have factored out, the x minus 3. Done deal. All right, I know that was a lot of work, but it's not that hard. So let's do the next one. All right, so on this one here, we already did 4 times negative 25. We have a negative 100. All right, we need to find the factors, and their sum got to add up to negative 15. What could it be? 250? No. 520. 5 and 20. 5 and 20. Okay. If I add those, that's 25. But we got to get negative 100. So how about this one? This one is negative. All right. So because if you do 5 minus 20, you get negative 15. All right. Cool. Remember what we did? All right. So we took this one, we rewrote it right here. I'm trying to get some space. Then we take this, wrote it down right here. And then we bought our answers. It doesn't matter which one comes first, but always keep in mind that you want to write something when you factor out, it'd be easy for you to factor. So in this case for me, I'd rather bring the 20 in here first, the negative 20x, and then the 5x. Make sure you put x on them. All right, now I can factor these out. All right, so let's use a different color. Okay, let's do this thing. What's common between 4 and 20? 4 itself. Oh, why do I have X here? Because we did it with the letter N. That's my fault. I think I just got used to the letter N. So I got used to the letter X. So N, N. All right, so now, what did I say earlier? Factor out the 4. I factor out the 4. And they also have N in common, so I can factor out an N. All right, so I should have one N left here minus 5. All right, so that would work. And then here, for sure, they have a 5 in common. That's it. And minus 5. So your final answer should be, if you look it closely, you will see that they have this in common, that in common. They always should match. Okay. So you definitely have n minus 5 as one of the answers. Oh. And the other one would have to be the 4n, the factors. All right, let's do another one. And another one. All right, so um, what is what is 4 times 49? Okay, yeah, I'm literally plugging it in my calculator. 196. 196. Okay, this one is going to be interesting. I might have to use my what about 14 plus 14? Yeah, 14. All right, with the sum gotta match negative 35. I just thought of something, because 14 times 14 will give you 194. So 196, I'm sorry. So I can do that. So but I can't add 14 plus 14 to give me negative 35. That wouldn't even work. All right, let's start brainstorming. I'm using my calculator right now. I'm going to see if I can get anything. So 6 that would add up to 35. In this case, it would be 7 and 28. 7 times 28 equals 196. Because if I do the math on the side here using my calculator, 7 times 28 is 196. If you add those together, you get 35, but we need negative 35. So how about make them negative, right? Then you get negative 7 plus negative 28. We give you negative 35. All right, so now, remember what I said? You take this, you bring it in the corner. 4x squared. You take this, you bring this sucker down right here, plus 49. Then you take your negative 7, you write it with the x. But you got to ask yourself, what will work out in your benefit when you're factoring out a common number? I think what's going to work in your benefit is if you put the negative 28 first, negative 28x, and then you put the other one. I think the negative 7x will go well with the 49, and then you break them like this. All right, we need to factor out some things. All right, what do they have in common here? X in common, right? So not just that, but I bet you, what about 4? Can 4 go into 28? Absolutely. So they have 4x in common. You can take out the 4x, you have x here, and then you have 7 here. Right? Doom, 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 doom. Yep. And then we know for sure, because this is x minus 7, it has to be x minus 7 on the inside here. You know why? Because we know for sure what's set on the right side of the equation. I know negative 7 is what they have in common. So you have an x, right? And then you have definitely a negative 7, because negative 7 times negative 7 give you positive 49. So that's common here. You can write that right there. And then the factors is just 4x minus 7. All right, we're done.